Welcome back, ladies and gents, and thank you for having patience with us. And hopefully you all got your crisps and your cup of tea. I know my co-caster has his. I don't know about the tea, but...
it's a Diet Coke.
A Diet Coke?
A Diet Coke, yeah.
The new tea, they call it. We're getting ready here to bring you the second official that we have here this evening. It is LEGO versus Epsilon eSports. We're starting out on Gully, and that's CommanderX. Having the crisps. You might be able to tell his crisp voice a little different. My name is Getawhale,
I'm good.
Okay. And we have Boy Wonder John helping us bring you this fantastic match tonight. So we're talking a little bit about the saloon odds on this one, and maybe while we talk about this match, people can tell us their own preds, but still very much so, Epsilon are Epsilon, and they are the favorites. There's no surprise there, but, you know, I've got to think there are a lot more people maybe thinking that LEGO might steal a map here than, for example, the Danger Dogs. No offense.
Yeah, Viaduct as well. I mean, we are going to start on Gully Wash, so we'll get to Viaduct at the same time, but if there's going to be a map they're going to steal, it could well be Viaduct. But let's talk about where we're at right now. Obviously, Epsilon, you've just seen them beat Danger Dogs, you know, pretty convincingly, even without them, you know, really having to turn it up to top gear. They're going to be taking on LEGO next in their Week 3 official, which will consist of CondoM on Medic, Dr. Phil on Demo Man, Josh on the Pocket Soldier, Demul on Roamer/Sniper when he's feeling it, and the Scouts are Sorex and Izon. Any of those names ring a bell for you, Getawhale?
I was a little displeased. Are we live here? My timer's not working. Is this real?
Well, no.
Okay.
Relax.
My goodness. I'm relaxing.
Yeah, sorry about him. The Americans get panicky when it's not a giant green text
you know I'm
that
not
tells
American.
them when they're
I'm
live.
not American.
You know?
Please.
You're
don't insult
close
my
enough.
Intelligence.
One border away.
I love that we still have the situation of people using their lovely little aliases, but no, I've seen a couple LEGO matches over the past while, maybe with slightly different lineups, I'm not sure, but I certainly do know that Epsilon, and we were talking about this in between as well, that Epsilon look fine to me. There are no weaknesses or anything like that. I feel like Epsilon, if they're making their own mistakes, they might start dropping rounds or dropping maps, but I feel if they just do that Epsilon thing, they're in no danger, and they just played Gully Wash as well, so.
Yeah, so they've had a pretty good warm-up on this. 6-1 against Dogs. Oh, spoiler alert, if you didn't already figure that would be the result anyway. And yeah, so we're going to go into this. Obviously, LEGO coming off back of some really good results. We'll have maybe a little bit of confidence behind them. I mean, they'd probably be playing, you know, pretty free anyway, you know. Like when you play Epsilon and you're not like one of the other like top 2-3 teams, you just kind of take what you get, you know, take it as is. But they've been playing well lately. Josh has been particularly good on Pocket Soldier, leading the team in comms, and just sort of in all the pushes as well. So we'll have to see if they can find any chinks in the Epsilon chainmail.
Yep, certainly. I don't have a whole lot to add to that. I don't know. Who are the players to watch? Why don't you give us who are you going to be watching?
From obviously, you know, pretty much take your pick of the Epsilon players. You know, you put it on anyone, and you're going to have a pretty good time. Meanwhile, on LEGO, there's a few different. Like Demul is very good at roaming, gets a lot of stuff done. Josh as well hits a lot of nice shots, really leading those charges. You know, always that sort of head of the action. Outside of that, you have to be looking at Sorex on Scout. A bit prone to maybe too many chases, but he's an absolute DM beast. As I believe we're going live. Get away.
Yeah. Now we're going live. You see, in North America, we're less intelligent. We do need the green text. So, you know, I'm watching Mike. Mike is, at least on the mids, I've seen him doing a lot. Oh, he keeps his little rollout here. We'll see how the mid plays out. Really quick, our LEGO to the mid, and Mike kind of down low. We'll see how this plays. And real aggressive play out of numlocked. Up high is Josh, who doesn't really... Oh, wow, 3 players on Epsilon going down right away, and wow.
Nox even killed himself there. Nox just killed himself. They just didn't get any real position and just got punished completely. Wow. And now we see MG Mike Adams hiding in the most obvious spot of them all.
Oh boy.
Surely he looks up, but he gets air shot. That's all he sees when he checks up top. Mike is now stuck behind. It's surely just a matter of time. There we go. Dr. Phil on the respawn going to clean him up. Lego. We saw Danger Dogs doing this to Epsilon a couple of times. Get a big old Uber advantage going to last. And we saw Danger Dogs make a dog's dinner of it.
Dog's dinner?
Yeah, working on my dog puns tonight. Yeah.
A dog's breakfast. Well, we got D Muller coming down through the river area and trying to do what we saw Epsilon doing last. Obers are popped off. There is a Pyro up who's going to try to nullify it, but not doing a great job as the Lego players already have one down. It's Forsaken. The gun is down as well. Really good heals being put out. I'm looking at CondoM doing it, and Josh tried to make a play in for last. numlocked kind of holding that down, and 3 players of Epsilon. Oh wow, make that 2 as Sorex just kind of overwhelming them, as well as Dr. Phil, and that's going to call out a really quick round.
Can you feel the hype? It's building. I'm just watching chat right now. I want to see it when it explodes, when they take the round. You take us to mid.
Well, I think that, my goodness, Epsilon have to have a stronger mid than they had just previously, or they're going to be in for a long night here. Looking at numlocked off the mid to see if he can maybe stop the flow of some of these red players. Mula's up left side, and numlocked has to back off again. They're going to have to get up high here. Soldiers are up. Mike makes a jump in. He's going for somebody, but gets taken out quickly by Izon. And again, I'm seeing Lego just dominate this middle. What is happening to Epsilon? They keep players up, but what the hell?
I don't even know. Actually, they're going to catch Josh and Sorex overextending here. Now CondoM has to run away. He's only at 70%. Someone's surely going to chase. He's dancing as best he can, but he will eventually go down. But re-push from Epsilon. Epsilon just... they couldn't figure out how to win mid, but they could figure out how to keep enough people up that they could win the fight after it.
It still works. It's smart. It's smarter play. It's smarter than just kill binding and, you know, calling it a day and backing up to last. So at any rate, they do eventually win the middle. Mike is in.
Noctis force. Demul gets the solo force, and they're going to chase free. They're going to get Dr. Phil as well. Epsilon need to get everything they can, but they've only got 3 times cap now on 2, and they've not actually finished capping 2, so they're going to regroup in lobby, and we're just trying to go for it. Tech looks like they're going to walk through that one door, and there's no stickies to deny that door, so they can just power their way in. There's someone coming up water as well to start the cap time. That might be the end of Lego as it baits everyone to the point. numlocked walks in with massive damage. Dr. Phil's going to spawn, jumps in, and they've cleaned up 4 Epsilon players right now. numlocked is in lobby. He's got 1 sticky on the wall. He has nothing loaded. He's gone a different way from Nox. He's going to try and get out, but Dr. Phil's chasing him. Dr. Phil pipes him. Dr. Phil getting the best of numlocked right now, and Lego will not let Epsilon take their last. Will get an Uber advantage, will cap CP2, and will take this forward to mid. numlocked does not get forward spawn.
Old man Phil, that was very impressive. I mean, the only players on that last that had real good opportunity to do anything were Tech and Mike, and they both got wiped. And so, D-Mole, I mean, I'm seeing great play out of both Josh and D-Mole so far, and those are kind of my stars, as Josh takes down Mike right away. And D-Mole as well. Now, the Uber is popped off. There's nothing even close to Uber on the other side. Are they even going to get picks out of this? They're going to chase down. They do. Wow. They got Mole, they got Dr. Phil.
Wow, Phil takes Tech with him though. Nice exit pipe. They're going to keep this pressure going. They know Josh is low, so he can't really help his team. And now numlocked's got stickies on that door. But there's a scout behind him. They're going to team up and kill Forsaken. Now numlocked's overextended. He's going to go down to Josh as well. They're chasing Nox. Shockey's desperately running back across point to help him. Izon goes deep, and he will be denied. They're still powering in, but Shockey's now isolated on the ground. They're trying to come back and choke, but they don't seem to have the numbers. But Mike is going up, drop down. This could be devastating. He's got eyes on Phil, but Phil air pipes him. He'll go down anyway. But Mike goes down. He keeps his medics safe, and we see Forsaken making the switch off to Sniper and actually picks off Demul. And he's standing in that forward spawn, that exploitable spot where you can see both chokes from the same position. And he's just going to be looking for someone. He's going to be waiting for that medic to dare to peek him. The soldier peeks first, and he sees him. Well, he's just trying to spam him out right now, down to half health. And numlocked jumps through and actually juggles a scout in. They should be able to pick the scout. And Epsilon are all moving close. They don't have Uber yet, though. Dangerous territory. But Lego don't know. They might go now. Josh try and have a look, but the spam is good, and they're just delaying them, and now Nox has Uber. But they lose 2 people on the flank.
It was D-Mole, Josh, and Dr. Phil are playing about as good as I've ever seen them play. I'll admit I don't see a lot of Euro, but they are absolutely killing it so far tonight. I'm shocked. And now the Uber does take out Josh there and retreating his CondoM.
CondoM's made technical all these rockets as well. CondoM makes a fool of Tech as he goes in for that. Tech, it looked like Tech had that medic pickle wrapped up. And now they're going to try and come through choke. numlock's doing what he can, but he needs to get ammo. And Epsilon do not look comfortable. It might just, it's taken long enough over now. It might just like rattle Epsilon awake, you know?
I think it is. I'm flabbergasted by how well the explosive classes on LEGO are playing. It's almost unbelievable here. Mike seems like, I don't know, some kind of high player or mid, I don't know, but he's backing off and I haven't seen anything done. I mean, Epsilon now are just sitting back and building, and maybe you're right, they are uncomfortable. Both teams are going to get their Ubers.
Down goes Mike. And that will open it by coming through big door. Tech is spamming it, but he's not got numlock spam as well. Josh is going to walk through, he's going to Uber into him. He tries to gets denied with the air shot. Nox is going to be able to milk this for quite a while. Pops now, and the chase is on for Epsilon. They're trying to get CondoM, they will get CondoM. They're trying to power through choke right now, but they go back to make sure they clean up all the players, but there are still 5 people alive, including a sniper. For LEGO, so they might be able to do something here. Demul's going to kill Tech as he pokes his head around the door. No soldier is safe right now from Demul. The rest of Epsilon coming through. Nox is trying to delay, but a scout's got in behind. Sorix kills numlock. He's fighting Nox. He kills Nox as well. Sorix with the 2K. Sorix is still alive, trying to fight both scouts. He'll go down eventually, but he made the play his team needed. Mike comes up, drop down, does not get CondoM. CondoM will not die to any soldier right now. Shocky finds fell off the floor, isolates him, and is able to trade for him. That will slow him down. But again, LEGO with uber advantage.
I mean, LEGO, I'm getting the feeling that LEGO have been watching like hours and hours of demos or something like that, because it seems like they have an answer for absolutely everything. As they come up now, they're going to bully backs here and see if they can get the picks they need. Backing up those Demol, they're not going to get those picks, and Epsilon are just going to flow right back out here. They have some hurt players. They've got to get those heals out. Sorix is at 1 HP, still running around. About to get their Uber are LEGO, but they're going to be in no position to push. They got to get the hell out.
Caught as well.
Yeah, and CondoM now is in a lot of danger. They got to keep backing up.
Close. Two scouts. They're baying Epsilon forward. They have Uber advantage. Both scouts are going to come in. The chase is on. They're trying to power through. They kill Nox. Nox is so low. He's on 98%, 64 HP. He'll get it in time. And now it's Epsilon's turn. I can't believe they didn't kill Nox. They were so close there. They will clean up everyone though eventually. And Epsilon capitalised for those missed shots onto Nox right there. And yeah, they're going to recap middle.
That's the first mistake I've seen out of LEGO. I don't know what they were thinking there. You can win sometimes.
Right. If they got it, like, they knew they had a small Uber advantage. They just didn't kill Nox. They didn't hit the shots when it really counted. They got caught up a little bit too much of a player behind. But again, positive play.
Maybe his mouse got unplugged or something. I'm trying to think of excuses here that he might be dropping, but at any rate, kind of swings the fight back the way of Epsilon. They'll at least have Uber advantage, and if they can act quick and kind of play smart here, I don't know, they can maybe even sneak in. Tech is playing real aggressively, and in comes the jump. Phil came in and got Tech down. Demol's down on the other side, so they're trading a demo for, they're trading soldiers.
Look how much time they're buying though. Epsilon can come in back big door now, but he's going to drop to the stickies. Nox drops for Uber. Now Sorix is still fighting on big door. He's taken on 2. He gets them both pretty weak. There's now a scout behind. He's going to kill Josh. Izon's going to clean him up, and Mike's just not jumping them, just letting them know he's there, just saying, just so you know, I'm just waiting for you guys to leave a gap, and I'm going to get in on your medic. And now he goes for it as well. 1 rocket, 2 rockets, he's in the air. CondoM has to pop. Mike gets the force. Now LEGO are trying to come in through choke on this, and Epsilon are just far back. And I'm not going to stick his on the point, but everyone's going to jump over him. They don't see him. CondoM walks right past him. They see him now. And did Phil just launch those stickies into himself?
We'll forget about that. Phil is down. I like that. I'm a fan. That's one for the frag vid. That's the future Dr. Phil self-frag vid. Tech's going to come in big door here. A lot of good resistance here, actually. Really fighting this are LEGO, and I don't know, Josh trying to stick it in there, but
yeah, he's making space. Demul's on sniper as well, so I don't know if they're just maybe setting up to get Demul in. No, they're just going to opt to more defensive position. Demul from the lobby area. And Epsilon have a small disadvantage, but you know, really enough to do anything with when they're sitting so far back.
Muller watching big door. I mean, he's already got a couple of big headshots. He's going to sneak right up. He's going to come here and he wants a medic or someone. He's got to back out. I think it's taken up right away. Josh is in and he's going to try to get some explosive picks right as the Uber's popped off. He's coming right in. He's going right straight for the demo. Ooh. He wants numlocked and finally the milk. Yeah, absolutely, but a real nice pop out of Nox. Holding on to his players, he's lost Mike though, but still not a big deal because Tech is in and is chasing these red players out. Dr. Phil still somehow up. Wants to get a pipe onto there.
Izon's behind. Yeah, Izon's hiding on mid right now. I think he just wants to catch someone who's going forward. Sees Mike. Mike's turns around though. Mike knows. Mike's always looking. Catches him out, and now Izon's got a 1v1 at choke with Forsaken. He's going to go down, drop down. Forsaken's going to chase it, and Mike comes to help him as well. They'll get that pick. But it's still equal Ubers, and I'm not sure if they can really just go off that single pick. They're trying to take lobby now, Tech jumping in, minimal resistance from Lego, as Lego are pretty happy to stay on last. And we see it again, that Epsilon fake push into a force just to get a much later Uber out. And now we see a scout actually coming in, shocking, and a soldier, they're going to kill CondoM. Perfect time, they're still going, the scout's still alive. Phil's down to 2 HP. Demol goes and kills Nox though, it's now just DM on last. 3 versus 3. Dr. Phil's up 2 health. The scout's trying to come in, he's super low. It's scouts versus numlocked in the demo. CondoM arrives, it's CondoM versus numlocked and a scout on it. Sorex cleans up everyone though. And Lego hold on. Shocky on Spy as Sorex runs out. But the respawns, 3 of them for Epsilon. Soldier coming in to challenge Sorex straight away. Mike's going to shut him down and Shocky's already moved in. Yeah,
Shocky's
he's
waiting for a key
Phil.
pick. Oh boy, they might not know he's here. He wants CondoM. He skipped completely on Phil. He's not interested, but oh boy, we'll see how this plays out.
We're getting a gun
up. Yeah, well, there's a gun up at last, so that'll make it more difficult. Eyes on is I don't know. Well, they're about to get their Uber. Is it possible here Eyes on switches back off?
They pushed out with the Uber.
Yeah.
They can chase him out at choke. They've not got that cap time started though. Shocky's going to try and move in. He's 1v1ing the engineer. No. Izon's going to win the engineer versus Spy 1-on-1. As Lego push out, they only get 1 frag out of it though. So they'll recap CP2 at the sacrifice of a big old Uber disadvantage. But Lego want to move. They want to catch Epsilon while their numbers are low. And here comes the Soldier. 1 rocket, 2 rockets. Nox drops again. Perfect rockets from Demol. And Demol is schooling Nox right now. And the scout's in as well. He doesn't even need to be in. He just wants to join him in the fun.
Wow.
And now Lego are moving through choke. They focus down that scout. Forsaken goes down. They'll kill Izon in return, but Lego are just maintaining the pressure, forcing them out. And there's no heals because Nox has dropped for the 2nd time this map.
D-Mole to me is out-miking Mike. I'm seeing Mike setting up for these big surprise plays and bombs, but he's just not able to pull it off as Sorex goes down to the trap there. Not the biggest target, but still, these soldiers on the side of Lego, I mean, if anything is going to win this for them, it's going to be the soldiers in my
Oh wow, they
view
catch
anyway.
the flank actually. Epsilon are going behind. They're only on 40%, but they want to bait Lego back. Lego do have full Uber advantage. They're coming in, CondoM super low, he has to pop off, and now Epsilon are going to try and scatter. They all jump in a choke, they get a lot of damage, they pick both scouts. And there's still 1 player behind, it must be Mike. And yeah, he's behind right now, he's lining it up, he's going to jump. He's going to be right on top of CondoM, he's going to kill CondoM. He's going to get picked off surely, but he got the pick he wanted. Now Lego are moving forward anyway. Epsilon are at choke. Numlocked sees there's a start in the back up. And we're just trying to buy time. Phil's jumping in, pipes flying. Another soldier comes in. Demol gets 2. They're going to focus down this soldier. Sorex takes him down. Shocky and Forsaken. Only the scout's alive. Nox was on 97%. Uber.
I'm shocked by the number of drops and medic picks that we're seeing, but I mean, give it all to the soldiers. I mean, this has been kind of an unbelievable match, and it's worth noting, this is only the 2nd round.
It's 15 minutes in as well, like halfway into this game, and Lego are leading.
It's keeping up. We have 1 sniper up. It's Forsaken, who's going to try to see if he can get something done here by last. Nobody moving through river yet, and so, I don't know here. We're looking at dry pushes, and it seems like Epsilon want to just take this down the throat of Lego. Maybe thinking better of it.
They get Mike early on, so I don't know if they're going to commit to this, but maybe they want to sack someone. Demol's calling for the buff, but it's all on Josh right now. Mike's going to respawn in 7 seconds. Maybe Demol, he's looked like he's going for it. No, he's changed his mind. They're just going to wait. And they've actually been building quite a bit better. I swear the Ubers were equal not too long ago, but now they have an Uber advantage. I don't know if Lego will know about this, but if they just push, you know, because they have advantage, they could catch Nox once again, but they're taking their time. I think Nox might get away with this one.
Yeah, they've had no idea. Well, here comes Josh. They're coming down.
They're taking it in like a trade.
Here we go.
They think it's a trade. Nox has gone back into... trying to meet up with Josh. He's not. CondoM is trapped in. They get a pick on Mike, and Nox is getting so close to Uber, and they have to be wondering, yeah, they must be scratching their heads right now, you know?
Only just now getting his Uber. I'm very surprised there that, well, I'm surprised that CondoM made it out is actually a shocking thing as well, but at any rate, we're safe here, but there is a huge advantage here, so Epsilon are just laughing at this one.
It's top they're going as well. They're taking it down, and it's actually, Josh has gone through to last. There's a soldier hiding underneath. He's going to have to 1v1 the soldier, and there's players coming back for him. But he's drawn the entire Epsilon team back. Everyone from Epsilon came back for that one soldier, and it's allowed Demul to pick off numlocked in the chaos. So now Epsilon are going to have to redo the push. Once again, they still have Uber though, so it won't be too bad. They actually force it in lower lobby. CondoM needs to get out now. He's awfully close to that soldier, but he's close because he has Uber. So they get Uber to block, but they lose to Bull. Bill's trying to find damage. He's got that Soul weak. Nice rockets from Tech to take down one. But they're still, they surrounded right now, kind
Mike is up top. Mike, it's Dr. Phil. Mike looking for CondoM as well.
There's a scout in, the pistol up to Nox. He's got it. He's going to kill Nox. Sorex hits every pistol shot, just runs into Nox's face, just reeling off. No 70 damage, and CondoM just walked away from this entire thing and said, while you deal with that, I'm just gonna get some Uber. And now they're gonna fight Mike at choke. No heals on Mike. He's getting pinned back. Epsilon get the cap, and numlocked will lock down that choke, but only for a matter of time. As I won't be surprised if Lego want to come back in once they get that Uber up.
A very scattered fight as everyone was kind of spread out, and both meds were kind of in a very dangerous spot. Mike had CondoM that he could have chased through big door, but his own medic was getting garanged over in garage. Anyway, we do have a pause here. God, that was some,
I need a
some
breather.
high
This is probably right.
fighting.
I think this is for us. Yeah.
If I ever saw it, this is still the second round. I mean, if you are just tuning in, this is a bit of a thriller. I mean, certainly one of the better matches we've seen this season so far in this ETF2L Prem.
There's been a lot of good ones as well. There's not even a lot of good ones, and this is certainly up there. Right now, as we go into this pause, I'm not sure who exactly dropped. I don't think anyone actually drops off the server, so maybe they're just, having some issues.
Tactical pause.
Yeah, having like some lag issues. Maybe Epsilon just need a team huddle, just a timeout, to pull everything together.
Well, I feel like they're a lot more back into it than they were off the start. I feel like they were totally just blitzkrieged and shocked off the top with how strong LEGO came out of the gates. They've been very aggressive and they've been hitting every shot, it feels like. I feel like Epsi are a lot more in it now, and they've kind of got they've gotten their breath. They're back in it. They're not overwhelmed as they were at the start, but still really strong play. The only round has gone down to LEGO. It's 1-0.
Yeah.
Think of this. What's going on?
I don't know. I just wish I bet on Lego. I wish I bet on Lego. Oh, why didn't I bet on Lego? Oh.
I mean, the story to me...
I could have retired off that metal.
Yeah. 2 million refined metal.
At least. Minimum.
So I mean, what's on the side of Epsilon? I mean, what's going wrong? Is it that they're failing to perform, or are they just that outshadowed by the players on LEGO?
Again, with TLR, it doesn't even feel like it didn't feel like TLR were doing anything particularly wrong, but LEGO were just taking the game to them and exploiting those weaknesses. And I don't think Epsilon are used to having Nox is getting pressured so much as we actually go into the unpause. So yeah, back where we're at, LEGO have that Uber advantage. They will be building it up. Epsilon do have midfoe, and we see Mike jumping up to that super high lamp spot, yeah. It looks like Demul's already seen it though. Oh no, he's dropping to get Demul actually. Mike's going to get the pick there, but Tech goes down as the Uber comes in. They're going to chase him out, but they're not actually getting too many frags off of it. Only 2 so far, and they lost Demul in the process, so it's going to be a bit of a seesaw battle right now as Nox builds up the rest of his Uber.
I get the feeling that Mike is going to the back of the book looking for the most obscure spots on the map to see if he can equalize somehow. No picks going down here. Epsilon has a huge advantage here. Somebody looking to come choke, but I see no reason for them not to just come right in here. Bring in Tech, bring in numlocked.
Yeah. They're going to walk in, not too much pressure. Soldier's going to bomb in, but they baited it out pretty well. But Soldier's just going to dance away. He gets chasing down now. Mike will finish off Demul. Nox is keeping this really passive, and he's not really lost any health yet. They do lose tech, but they do just bully Lego out of that. But Lego are happy because it's bought them enough time to get Uber, so they'll have equal Ubers on C2. As we see a soldier go right round and up top. Epsilon aren't giving them any time and actually catch Dr. Philip the door. Numlocked still going through, the Ubers are traded. Josh is forcing Numlocked to multi, but I don't think they can actually get anything off this. They're just going to have to go back to last, and they're just going to have to dig in their heels right now.
Dr. Phil's down. I mean, they've got an open door if they want it, but I don't know. And Forsaken's going to come in, look for the pick, but they lost Nox going down. Josh down on the other side, which is fine.
The soldiers come in, they're just down trying to get CondoM. They will get CondoM. The soldiers have got 3 frags apiece and the start to cap the point. Shockey's taking a one-on-one. He's going to win it as well. And Epsilon. The Epsilon soldiers just coming out of nowhere and kill everyone.
Who the hell needs Uber, is my question.
Yeah, they've given up protecting Nox because he's getting picked anyway, so...
But that escalated quite quickly. That was kind of a shock there. Take us through the mid, CX. I'm sweating here. Okay,
we see Numlocked getting up nice and early on that point, trying to pressure back. Phil, he's got some nice damage on him that's going to be followed up on, but now Numlocked's forced on the low ground. Soldier, Demul's going to push him back as well, but the Epsilon soldiers have actually healed up a bit, coming back in. They're getting spammed down though, and Sorex meanwhile has killed both scouts, just one-on-one, but another one-on-one. Sorex just really looking like the dominant player right now, and they forced Epsilon out at choke. And Numlocked's just backing off, making sure no one's coming around to flank him. And it is equal Ubers throughout all of this, so Epsilon want to play it brave, play it close, and they have got the respawns, but Lego are moving big ball pretty quickly. They're trying to get a soldier behind. Mike's gone to try and fight him, but he's just a distraction. But they do lose Sorex in that big door thing, and they might lose this soldier as well, because he is isolated. That's 2 picks right now. Epsilon will surely want to move this back in. Phil's still trying to spam, and he actually catches Numlocked with one of those pipes. Soldiers come in.
Heck is it?
Yeah, they're going to focus him down, and it's just going to be a butting heads of Uber right there. And nothing's going to happen. They're just going to kind of stand near each other with their invulnerability. Soldier's going to try and chase now, focus it on. Epsilon's repush looks really good. They've isolated Phil underneath, and they get back. There's a scout dancing around behind him as well, and this has opened the door for the Epsilon soldiers. Tech's going to get one. Lego are still trying to fight it, though. Sorex is going to kill a scout for the umpteenth time this mid. They've been separated, though. Lego have been pushed to the floor, but they found the frags, and they've all survived. And now they can just keep ramping this forward. They've got the player advantage, but there's a soldier hiding at choke. Nobody saw much. Mike's coming in now, but there's no one for him to fight except for the scouts. And he can't kill either of them. He gets them both low, but both down to 40-odd. But they do go down, and now they have equal Uber still, but they have that player advantage. Let's see if they want to make some kind of sacrificial play here to try and get Nox.
Yeah, there is a heavy up, and we're going to see where this push comes through. Mul kind of looking around. They're trying to get whatever intel they can to see where the hold is. Looks like they're thinking to go river here. They're going to take the whole party through river, kind of the most standard gully Uber here. Looks like they'll take the scout and soldier, maybe. A lot of eating spam, though, on that, and they might have to cycle here. Mike's going to jump in, maybe see if he can get around. This is not the Uber push.
I think they're going to wait for more of a clear advantage, maybe a sack play or something, but they've got that heavy right next to Nox, and look how close Nox is to spawn. Like, it's going to be so hard to get Nox from that. So Epsilon taking no chances with their medic's life in this time. I wouldn't be surprised maybe, I don't know if anyone, I guess Demul could maybe sacrifice for Sniper, you know, really crank for pace down, just play for that pick. But right now Lego seem, you know, somewhat out of ideas. It looks like it will be maybe just that Demul play. Getting his buff, trying to look for an opening.
I feel like they're comfort zone. They're way out of it. I feel like without, you know, if they can't hold a river presence, they don't know what to do. Forsaken's up on Sniper as well, watching Forsaken camp.
Yeah, I think he's just scoped down main still, or he's swapping sides now, trying to find another angle. Soldier tries to skip jump, it doesn't work though, he just gets absolutely obliterated. A scout comes in as well, he's going to go down. They don't get the force though, so it's going to be a pretty standard push out from Epsilon. They leave Mike on last. Just hiding in that river side, in that water side, and they're going to try and come out low with their force really early, and they're just going to be able to milk and milk and milk. They finally pop now, but the sticky's juggling back. That might buy Epsilon enough time to get out. Josh is trying to chase, but he doesn't get enough. Demul's actually respawned on Soldier, I think because he thought they were going to go back in. He didn't think Sniper was necessary, but now we're back in a similar situation. Epsilon with a tiny Uber advantage. They're trying to put the pressure on in top lobby, trying to negotiate a pick for themselves. Tech and Muck just putting on that pressure. But Lego have stabilised. I won't be surprised maybe now if we see a more standard sack, you know, just a one-person sack for sniper or something.
Yeah,
but
well,
again,
they're
pressuring
this river area so much, and it's real smart. I mean, we saw Epsilon, they were able to just kind of live on the last match in this river area, and it seems like without river, Lego just have no idea what to do. They can't push without river or water, whatever you want to call it, and Mike is just kind of holding it down. I don't see the push happening for Lego.
I think it's got to be all eyes on Demul right now. Demul's trying to go in, hits for skip jump a bit better this time. He's get 2 rockets on Nox. Nox has to pop, the force works. A solo bomb into a heavy. Demul hits for skip jump perfectly this time. And now numlocked sees him on Riverside. He's trying to put the pressure down. There's a soldier trying to get behind as well. Mike's super low. Eyes on eventually trades for him, and they do lose 2. But they still have the Uber. As long as they preserve this advantage, they can just regroup.
Oh.
Phil's getting picks. He will go down to Nox.
Tech was the one doing the work, but somehow the crossbow worked. Looks like they will. Well, a lot of pressure. They're going to try to challenge this, but it looks like the second cap will go down.
Josh wants to go, but it's a single. It could be pretty risky. Demul's actually coming in from choke, but he's forcing him back. And wow, Josh has just scared him away. Soldier's trying to jump out top. He's isolated now. Mike's just getting pegged by everyone. Wow. Oh, it's Tech even. Yeah, but either way.
Tech.
60% on Nox, Shocky on Sniper, Forsaken on Pyro. They're coming in. They're going to use 3 Stickies for Stickies juggling back. They've got to fight Pyro, but Pyro's juggled out of position. Still deflecting it though, but Pyro's doing a great job of somehow delaying this. They're baiting the point though. There's no one on point. Epsilon aren't going to make it. Lego, they only left like 1 person to defend point.
95%.
And Lego going to take it.
He was at 94 on Uber, and Nox had to stand idly by and spawn as he watched the point cap down. And so we're looking now at 5 minutes, CommanderX. I mean, this is kind of do or die time now for this map anyway for Epsilon. We're going to see how they roll out here. Right away, both soldiers high-fiving in the air. Josh is down low. He's going to jump now as well and try to challenge his point. Shocky and Dr. Phil down. That's not going to hurt.
Wow, Demul's got Nox. He's just got in and got Nox. CondoM is still alive, so it's now 4 pretty low Epsilon players versus the remaining Lego players who still have heals, but numlocked the only one with health, and he goes forward and secures the point for his team. Really good play from numlocked. Knew he was the only one with health and just stickies him out at choke. So now Lego do have an Uber advantage, but they've got to make that push from 2 to 3, which is pretty difficult even with Uber advantage.
Well, it's
and there's 4
Uber
minutes
advantage.
left. Do you push, or do you just take? Yeah. You got to push. The way they're playing, they got to push, and it looks like that's what they want to do.
It's been a fast-paced game. I expect nothing less out of these boys, and this big door is going to be the push. They're going to come through. It's not the easiest fight to win here, but they're going to get some damage. I don't know. Nobody to shoot. And here comes the jump back in.
There's 2 people behind.
Sorix. Yeah, there are 2 people. Keep an eye on that. Forsaken and numlocked getting a little.
But they killed Nox, numlocked, and Tech. They can all just come back now. They're 3 versus 3, fighting for back cap. Mike still stuck at the top, super low HP Mike. Scouts come in behind the CondoM. He's getting jugged away, he's trying to pistol down CondoM. CondoM's doing his best, but the splash kills him. And they might be able to cap it off. Now Mike's fighting Phil on the point. Sorix comes in, kills 1, kills 2, fights for Scout. The other Scout arrives as well, going to kill him, they're going to hold it on. Nox is trying to send an arrow Shocky's way, but it won't make it. But Tech is breathing in, they want to try and block this. But they can't block it. They've just got only 1 soldier, 1 with his medic, not enough. And Lego will recap, and that will buy enough time for them to hold on to 2. And there's actually a scout behind harassing numlocked a bit, just having a bit of a peek. And now Lego can set up from this lobby defense they've been doing all game.
Get the feeling that like Tech and these guys, they want to bleed in and go in, but they know they can't. They're not in position. Tech's still trying to hold down the flank here a little bit. He's going to back up. It's really, now we're looking at 2 minutes 40 seconds, and Epsilon have got to make it happen here. They got a slight advantage, negligible though, about 20%. They're eating a ton of spam here. D-Mul's ready. D-Mul's the spoiler.
Here he comes. 1 rocket, 2 rockets. Nox is down to 5 HP. He doesn't have the Uber. He's on 99% at choke on 5 HP. Nox gets away for it. And could that be the piece of luck Epsilon needed? He gets the health back. He meets up. It's now Uber versus Uber on last. 2 minutes left. Lego need to hold if they want to take this map off Epsilon. Epsilon needs to make the push. They're trying to peek in. They're going in. Take the solo Uber. They're just going to keep their players alive now. No frags apiece. Nox is maybe trapped in. They're going to try and chase Nox, but he's got a little bit of Uber, and they will all get out. But some low health players here, and Epsilon might just go for a repush outside Uber. They're stacking Riverside. They're stacking Riverside. They're stacking the point. The point's sticky. They're all baited to the point. This could be devastating for them. Epsilon are all over it. They're going to cap. They're going to equalise. 1 minute 40 seconds left, and there's still enough time for a round.
Wish we had the comms. Shockey was in behind the whole time, and they timed it perfectly to take that. Minute and a half. I want you to take us through this. Take us through the mid. It's only you.
Both teams can win it still, and there's still enough time. Getawhale is such a small map. Rounds can go so quickly, and now we see Epsilon trying to get aggressive straight away. Mike putting the pressure onto Dr. Phil, and they force Lego into the corner. Dimple goes down, doesn't get anything with these bomb. They're instead going to try and force Mike down, but wow, that's going on. The rest of the Epsilon team up moving forward across point. Lego are playing this very cautiously. CommanderX is going to go down. Surely they're going to get out now. Catching more spam. Eyes on stuck in. He can't get anyone.
Oh boy.
50 seconds left. They're going to try and catch CondoM. CondoM gets out. Just about 36 XP. They're still chasing him. He's low again. Phil gets 2. Phil gets both scouts. CondoM just about squeezes out without dying and without using his Uber. 40 seconds left. Both scouts down for Epsilon. Shockey respawns. 5 seconds till Forsaken respawns. Epsilon are going to have one chance at this. Mike's already in on point. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. He's got a tiny sliver of it capped. CondoM pops off the counter Uber. Tech's just going to get out, and Epsilon are going to have one repush. And we've got 20 seconds. Shockey comes in, kills Dr. Phil, and that could be the opening. They take down Shockey. Forsaken's coming in, catches a big rocket. They're still trying to move forward. Numlocked sticky in the point. Numlocked's got one. They're getting on the point, the heavy's still there. Numlock's roiling off damage.
Josh!
They're going to cap. Josh needs to delay it. It's a stalemate. He holds it. He holds it just long enough.
What an unbelievable finish. Wow. I given 2 more seconds there, and that would have been a last cap, last guy standing, and that's a pretty unbelievable ending there as we're going to be looking at golden cap.
Oh my god. I thought the Herpy thing was like to the wire and funny, but that was so close, and Josh did literally just enough, like half a second longer, like half a second less than they would have lost it.
I feel like that was slow motion. I feel like their lives were flashing before their eyes there. This is some of the best TF2 that I've seen. I mean, all year.
CommanderX has just left the game. He thinks it's done. He's happy with that. He knows, forget the golden cap, forget the next map. We'll take that. Great performance, guys. Call it a day.
This is map 1, and guys, I'm glad if you're here because golly, I don't want to curse. This TF2 is good as heck right now. I'm being real honest.
We got Viaduct to look forward to.
We still got Product coming up. we talk about how good I mean, we always say it as casters, but I'm being real right now. This is some of the best TF2 I've ever seen.
This is insane. I even forgot logs were a thing. Should we look at some logs?
Yeah.
God.
Let's see here. Let's pull that up.
My browser's going mega slow.
I don't know how much
can't handle the hype.
Yeah, I don't know how much the stats are going to reveal. I'll be real honest, but
my
goodness.
Top damaging. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. Hold on. That's not the correct game. Come on, logs. There we go. Mike and Tech and Numlocked top damaging. There we go. Yeah, so more kills for Epsilon, 4,000 more damage for Epsilon, but still only 2-2. Yeah, Shockey and Forsaken down the bottom of the damage, but they are scouts, so it's harder for them anyway. I don't know. I can't even really see this. Obviously, CommanderX got a lot of kills done, a lot of frags. And Demul got all those medic picks. I can't think of anything else that have, really sort of kept them in it. They just took their chances when they came. Like, Lego maybe only had like 2-3 attempts at last and capped 2 of them.
I mean, everyone's hitting everything. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not seeing a lot of missed plays or beefed bombs or anything like that. Anytime there's a bomb or an advantage, I mean, it's just been an unbelievable game. I don't know what else to say other than that. I know we're supposed to be gifted with words, but it's just been so back and forth, and both teams have been making such fantastic plays. What can be said? Getting ready for the golden cap.
One thing that does stand out for me, one of the few things, is obviously look at the medic stats. I don't know if John can get them on stream, but just under 1,000 healing per minute for Nox, 1,100 for CondoM, but more importantly, 13 Ubers for Nox, 19 Ubers for CondoM.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fairly telling. The 2 drops, of course, says a lot as well, as you mentioned, but I was almost thinking at some points there, I was wondering if Nox might have had crits in his mind. I don't know if it's a map situation or what, but we saw crits in our first match that we had here this evening, but no, I mean, sticking with it. Yeah, I'm just looking through the bottom of the stats here now as well.
So do you feel now, have Epsilon built up enough of a head of steam now? Now they won't let anything else, they won't drop the points, they won't let anything else go.
I mean, I can't say one way or another. I'll be really honest that I don't know what team has the momentum right now. I'd love to be able to get in both mumbles and listen to what each team is saying, because it's a total mystery to me. I mean, do you think that either team right now feels like they have an edge?
I don't know. I felt that in those last few stages, I seemed nervous from Lego, and I don't think I've seen him play nervous so far in the map up until that point. Up until sort of his last 5 minutes, it suddenly kind of got to in football they call it squeaky bum time.
Clenching,
yeah, those last sort of tense moments. So we'll have to. I don't know. So if that continues, I can see Epsilon just rolling this golden cap, only dropping a single point. Obviously, Reason, I don't know if anyone has the score between Reason and Dogs, but obviously...
We know the outcome.
Reason, yeah, most likely or not, Reason have just taken it. So they're going to be looking at this scoreline and going, even at this early stage, Epsilon have dropped 1 point,
Yeah.
They've dropped at least one of the 3 points available from this first map. So that's good for them. Also, Full Tilt will be happy with that as well, letting them slip behind.
Well, I mean, at this juncture in the season, I mean, how interesting are the tables? How interesting is Prem right now, the top of Prem?
It's pretty close. Obviously, tonight's game should even it out a bit, because obviously Epsilon were only on, and Dogs were only on 1 game apiece.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a disproportionate representation. But after tonight, everyone will have played the same amount of games. So you'll get maybe week 3, just below halfway through, you'll be able to get, you should be able to get an idea of who's top and who's not, basically. But since only 3 teams go into playoffs, really every point kind of counts a lot more, because, so dropping points to one of the seemingly lesser teams, as it were, could be big, especially, there's still 4 more points to play for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as we mentioned, we're going to be heading to Viaduct after this thriller. And knowing the history, I mean, some of the matches we've seen on Viaduct, I mean, it could be even more close. But we're going live. It is a golden cap round here on teamfortress.tv for this fantastic fixture between Lego and Epsilon. Why don't you go ahead and take us through this one again, sir?
Yeah, so we talked about earlier, the scouts are already coming out for Epsilon. Looks like they're going to come out early onto this mid, get the high ground, being challenged by 1 soldier. Epsilon playing a tight unit right now. Mike just waiting for that bomb. Is actually going to get Josh baited down, and they get 2 frags, 1 apiece, and Lego will have to scurry away with that one. But there are players behind. Forsaken's behind right now. He gets 1. Numlocked gets another. Forsaken gets a second one. He's going to chase for medic. Forsaken's on CondoM right now. He's surely going to get it. Forsaken kills him. And now they're spawn camping. Epsilon keep up their head of steam. Pin back Lego. Lego can't even get out of the spawn. The soldiers are trying their best. Forsaken gets another kill. What's that? 4, 5 for Forsaken right now. More soldiers coming out. Forsaken's going to claim a 6. Forsaken just going for more and more. He's going to get Ubered. 7, 8 for Forsaken.
Unbelievable.
All the kills for Forsaken, and Epsilon take now in what must be record time. That was insane.
Can we get Gentleman John in here maybe to go through the history books for the quickest golden cap round?
That was 1 minute and 3 seconds. Forsaken got 8 kills in that 1 minute and 3 seconds.
Well, blink and you'll miss it. We were talking about how good will the Merc be earlier, and I guess here's your answer.
Yeah, well, you can't ask much more from your Merc than to get an 8k in a golden cap. And that's only a minute long. He did, what, 786 damage a minute?
Oh, my lord. Well, blink and you'll miss it, I guess. That's that's the match. That's that map. Okay.
Are we just having John? Apparently some issues with the sound. I don't know if it's just the STV being awful. Yeah, so maybe we can restart TF2 and we will fix for sounds.
Somebody did say they walked away for 1 minute and it was over. If you
Yeah.
did go and get a drink of water, yes, the golden cap is complete and just unbelievable. I've never quite seen a golden cap like that.
Yeah, no one got a frag.
I've seen
Lego.
rolls. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I've seen rolls on a golden cap, but never like that.
Yeah, that was kind of like next level rolling.
Well,
But still, it's still not a bad result for Lego. So, 1 point. Epsilon, still, getting the majority of the points, but obviously we've got to go into Viaduct right now, which is a map Epsilon traditionally aren't that comfortable on, but obviously they've got a slightly different lineup, Mike and Tech, obviously both very talented soldiers, Forsaken a talented sniper coming in as the Merc, so they've got options, but not their most comfortable of maps, not a map not one they would pick, in a crucial game.
yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I mean, it's, this is it. This is the map, and I'm curious to know, who do you think any team holds an advantage heading in now to this Koth map, or is it again just kind of up for grabs?
It's weird, because I feel like I kind of had like an inkling that would happen in the Golden Cap after the way Epsilon finished the regular 30 minutes. They just kept that head of steam going, sort of threw Lego off. But Lego have a small downtime now just to kind of shake off that last map and go, sure, we got absolutely smashed in the Golden Cap, but we did just take a point off Epsilon when going into the season, before any game, any TF2 has actually been played, no one would have given Lego a hope in hell of taking anything off Epsilon, let alone forcing Epsilon to take those points back, really forcing Epsilon to play their best to try and get those points back. So if they just they can take a breather now and just kind of say, look, we've still outperformed what anyone would have expected, and now we've got a map Epsilon aren't, incredibly comfortable on.
You could argue, though, you say that they've had time to think about it. You could argue they had a few minutes before the Golden Cap to do that as well, and they still got, blown out of the water.
But it's not just a different map; it's a different game mode.
Yeah,
different priorities.
That's true.
And obviously, Nox had a particularly. I mean, it's not solely Nox's fault. Like those couple of times he was really close to Uber. That one time. We didn't really dwell on that moment where Demul bombed Nox, and Nox didn't have Uber yet and survived on 5 HP, and then they push Uber and tie it up 2-2.
That was big, yeah.
That was literally a pixel or two away from Demul winning leg over map.
I'm still kind of shocked because I really thought he had it. I was looking right at Demul's cam.
Yeah.
I don't know still how. I mean, we've seen that a few times. We've seen some kind of miraculous getaways. But yeah, here we are where the teams are stretching their legs and their arms on the new map.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as well, obviously, even though Epsilon have sniper options in the form of Tech or Forsaken, obviously, if they could exploit their Merc to full potential. But obviously, Demul, he didn't snipe a lot on Gullywood, but every time he did, he was pretty devastating.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
also...
think of how long Tech was playing sniper. I've got to think if they go with anyone, it'd be Tech. Do you think? I mean, Forsaken's obviously a fantastic sniper, but you kind of give it to the hot hand, don't you think?
Maybe. I guess. No, it's weird because obviously I think it's better to play with 2 scouts. So it's whether they want to. Do you know what I mean? Play with 1 scout in such a scout powerful map. The other thing, talking about powerful scouts, Forsaken with that big golden cap play after some mediocre performance throughout the actual, 30 minutes of Team Fortress 2. Shocky, obviously, still finding it. He's playing all right. He's staying alive, but he's not quite, hitting the same shots as he was. He's still dodging pretty well, but he's not quite the meat machine he used to be. But on the other side of that, Izon's been holding his own. First season in Prem for Izon, so holding his own against these guys. And Sorex has been absolutely devastating the scouts. Forsaken and Shocky really have their hands full with Sorex, and on such a scout-dominant map, we could really see Sorex come into his own.
Yeah, I didn't want to single out Izon. I mean, it's, you maybe want to see a little more out of Izon, but I don't think it's really on him. I don't think you can blame him for anything. He's done a fine job. He kind of had
18 to 16 last year.
I mean, he was stuck on heavy oftentimes and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see how this map plays out. I'm glad that it's not 2-5 CPs. I'm glad almost in a way that it is Viaduct, because teams have to kind of switch up and get their minds right, for the different style plays. We're still waiting here to go live.
Yeah. So go and throw me a prediction if you dare.
Oh boy, throw you a prediction, eh?
Yep.
I mean, I guess I'll be the contrarian. I mean, I'll tell you that I feel Lego this time. I really think that Lego have it in them. It could have gone either way. I certainly think if Lego had won the first map, they would have earned it. It wouldn't have been a steal or anything like that. I'm saying Lego. How do you feel?
I don't know. After that gully wash, I'd say Lego as well. Like, Epsilon are a better team, sure. I don't think they're that good at Viaduct, personally. So, I don't know if Lego are any good, though. That's the only other thing. If Lego are decent at Viaduct, I know Epsilon aren't the most comfortable, aren't that great at it. But it really depends if Lego are any. If Lego also blow us, like some teams just blow at Viaduct.
Yeah.
So if they blow at Viaduct as well, it will just be a blow off, something.
If anyone knows if Lego's good at Viaduct, would you tell us?
Yeah.
Go ahead. If you guys have if you have your Preds in stream, let us know. Good time as we're going live here. But
do some on the ground research right now as we go into this first mid, and it looks like Nox is taking his team on Cliff on the standard Uber charge. He'll be matched by CondoM in that. We see numlocked trying to force that scout off that high ground, but he's just sitting up there, nice and happy. Got a vision of everything, and in goes Josh. Sends a rocket that launches him straight in the air, and he will be picked out. Epsilon are just all grouped up in the same place right now. They've got a couple of low players. They're trying to move forward now, and no one's dying from Epsilon. Getting low, but no one's dying. Now a soldier's trying to get onto Nox. And again, Tech still doesn't die. They finally lose their first player right now. But Epsilon, great rotation of the healers right now, and CondoM's going to get caught in as well. And that's going to be devastating. Really good rotation of the healers throughout Epsilon. Getting their players low, but keeping them alive. And I don't think Lego had an opportunity when they're all grouped up, to really put the hurt on them, but they just didn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Epsilon are going to cancel it.
As strong as we saw Lego say from the outset of the last match, like, I don't know, I feel like maybe Demol had his arm stuck in his sleeve or something, or he just kind of beefed everything and he goes down again. So not a strong showing so far from Demol. I watched him the whole mid. Dr. Phil and Josh down as well.
Yeah,
all this explosive power down. Yeah, it's I mean, you've got to try something, and certainly they'll hold on to their spawn advantage, but I'm not seeing it yet out of Lego. They still do have plenty of time. There's a spy up. It's Demol.
Yeah, Nux ducked away into house nicely, and they covered all the doors. Now we see Demol on spy. But I wonder if Lego are going to half fake the push, just make it feel like it's going to be a standard Uber exchange as they expect. But the backstab comes in, Demol's going to take him away, he goes down, and Nox drops again. This time the soldier comes in, going to force CondoM to kill Sorex. Phil's launched super high up in the air, super low, 10 HP. But they do clean up that aggressive soldier. But now Epsilon might just be poising to come back in. They're just dancing around that left-hand side, but actually, in fact, they're probably going to wait for Nox, and now they can just take this non-Uber fight with the faster spawns. Neither team has Uber, they're walking on that cliff, the spam's trying to come in, they get one soldier low, and Epsilon are just walking forward as a unit right now, all blobbed up, all together, going forward at the same time, and Lego are just trying to pin it back, trying to stop them getting onto that point without losing too much health. Dr. Phil with some nice damage now. They maybe see an opportunity to go in, and they've just forced Epsilon all the way back out. And really, really sort of, just wars of attrition right now. Just everyone spamming, just trying to isolate someone, trying to catch someone off, trying to catch someone like a few steps too far forward.
Yeah, well, they're playing definitely back. I don't know if they were intentionally patient there, Lego, or not, if that's just how it played out, but somebody fixing a pop here any second to jump. Oh, Demol beats his jump and has to back out there. Still, Blue got forced off, and it was numlocked looked like came forward, but Blue now, I don't know if they were wanting to pop just then. CondoM has Dr. Phil, but nothing doing. Completely wasted Uber, and what a disaster.
Wow, and Demol can't get anything going. He's getting focused down so hard. It really didn't help that Josh was dropped. It looked like Josh had decided, right, this is where I want to start the fight now. I think Epsilon are grouped up. I can get a good, solo Uber off. But just as he goes in, he gets dropped. Focus fire by Epsilon too strong. That's going to be devastating for them. But only a 30-second lead right now, and Lego want to come back out on his far left-hand side. They saw numlocked was sticky in it, and they might try and catch numlocked now, but yeah, he sticky jumps out just in time, numlocked, as Lego try and work their way in. Obviously, they have to be careful because Nox still has Uber, and Nox is all the way back in-house. I think he was expecting a suicide wave, maybe, but Lego are going for more of a standard push. Demul's going to commit first and go down, and Lego are playing this really passively. Phil's going to go in for the bomb now as well. He's going to get the force off, Nox down to low HP, but he just needs to get CondoM out now. A little bit more improvised, maybe, didn't look that structured, but it works out pretty well, and Epsilon can't get anything off of this, but they are going to try and transition to a forward hold. At least on one side, there's a scout with numlocked on that side. He's stickied in that right door, but they expect that, and no one's gone out that door. And now they're going to walk all the way back in. They're going to pick off Shocky, who's retreating as well across the point. Soldier goes in for the bomb on CondoM. He's just going to pop off, play it safe. And they're going to catch off a bunch of players here, but Nox is long gone.
Yeah, I mean, this is playing out pretty standard. I mean, I knew that Epsilon would... Epsilon kind of wanted a strong forward hold, but you can't do that when you're up against full Uber. I'm not seeing too much yet out of Lego overall, though. I've got to say, I mean, sure, you're going to die a lot if you're Demol, but I'm not seeing him get anything done with the deaths. Seems like they're all sort of for naught so far. At least so far. Maybe he'll get it together. Tech is up on Sniper, yeah. Yeah,
they're just going to take a bit of a slower approach. They have your advantage anyway. They ping Phil. Phil's down to super low HP. Still moving in. They need to be super careful now. They've been taken no sight. They're going to poke in. That soldier's so low. Mike's going to get taken down. But Phil gets headshot again. They're now moving in, trying to pressure him. They've maybe isolated a scout. Forsaken's just playing the distraction role right now, as Viva actually gets forced by them now, getting something out of his bomb. But Epsilon still have their route, but they're going to pop back nice and early. They've got to chase some frags now. Lego need to get in this cap, and they can't afford to lose it again. They have to hold it for a clear minute and 11 seconds if they want to win this one. They're going to kill Shocky, and that's going to help him out right now. But Numlock's getting aggressive onto the point, laying down loads of damage. And the Lego players are so weak. They're still trying to fight, but the caps go in. Lego are going to have to come and challenge this. Someone needs to bomb. They arrive now. They're trying to fight the scout and the demo. They're trying to fight everyone. They lose Dr. Phil. Tech still ringing off headshots. Numlocked gets 2 with 1 pipe, and that could be it. Numlocked just slams down the hammer, gets a free kill. And Epsilon take the first round. And Lego really just couldn't get anything going in that fight.
No, now I'm getting the sense, though, they had to kind of play, you know, like, it was overtime there, but I'm getting the sense the scouts for Lego have kind of woken up a little bit. We'll keep an eye on Izon and on Sorex going forward. Mike surfs his way in. He's going to go way forward here. He's going to try to cut off the mole if he can. Sorex is right in his face, though. Meanwhile, on the left side here, we've got just damage coming from Cliff. Both scouts on the Epsilon side have kind of gone Cliff, and Numlocked just going to kind of throw some spam up top. Looks like they're almost willing to give up the middle point and sort of just work on the repush here. No picks yet. Tech jumping in. Numlocked putting out a lot of damage still. Shocky on the flank in the hallway area there. Sorex the first to go down. Kind of an inconsequential pick. And maybe now Epsilon may be the first to cap. Eyes on, a little bit of hurt. CondoM well safe. He's just back with Demol and Phil. Oh, but Forsaken jumped all the way. Forsaken got in somehow.
CondoM so low.
Dr. Phil
someone's going behind. Scout's going behind. He's got the pistol out. Wow. Shocky's going to kill him. He will get cleaned up, but Shocky got the pick he wanted. And was it a drop, actually? The stats tell me he had Uber. Obviously just wanting to get that resup and use the even more positively. But he gets denied, and Epsilon just hitting everything right now. I think Lego just needs to kind of go balls to the wall right now.
Yeah. Because, well, I feel like the scouts have the right idea, but their team has to play around them. You can't win with scouts alone.
Yeah. Because right now, like, Epsilon are just playing as a blob, focus firing so well, rotating the heal, and they've got that heal rotation absolutely nailed down, and Lego can't exploit it. They need to be more aggressive to exploit it. Now they're going to try Demol on Sniper. Yeah. A different approach, this could work. He's looking for a pick, but there's currently a player playing all the way behind, and I believe that's Mike. Soldier's gone to chase him down. Mike's going to jump out of there, and they're just waiting for Demol to get something. Soldier's coming in now. Mike's just doing what he can, but Tech's going to be the first casualty, actually. And that might allow Lego to move forward. And look how defensive Epsilon are now. They're just giving up a point. They're going to try the repush, Ubering in Mike, but the counter pop comes out. And I'm not sure how much Mike really get done with this now. He's just going to have to try and get out. They catch Numlocked as well. And Epsilon's on the back foot, and his Sniper working out really nicely for Lego.
I mean, I think it says a lot about how the match has been going that, you know, how futile Demol's soldier play maybe had been, that he just got fed up and went sniper. Maybe that's what they needed. Fight going down on Cliff now, and some of LEGO backing up. They lost Sorex. That's not the end of the world, but we've got, geez, about a minute's difference here in the time.
Oh, wow.
Blue takes away Phil going down. Tech says he can snipe too. Get 2 snipers on the field. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, they're going to pick up Izon as well. Mike on the flank right now, just being a constant threat. They're going to chase down the sniper really hard as well. Going to take down Demol and Sorex. And now LEGO just have to wait for their spawns to come back in. They do get those fast respawns, but we're about a minute behind right now. And LEGO really need to change something up. They need Demol to string a few shots together. The fully charged body shot comes in. 95% Uber. Down goes Tech. Down goes CondoM even by the hands of Tech. Demol's going to try and snipe, so he gets one to numlocked. Numlock's pretty low. Numlocked will go down, but Tech gets another one onto Phil. And Tech's just picking off everyone right now. Tech's really in the zone. He catches a headshot, but he is buffed. Demol's still trying to find an angle, and there's still one person behind. Sorex is going to win the 1v1 with Shocking. And Sorex is still dancing behind right now, just making Epsilon look the other way. Soldier's going to try and take him on now. Sorex is running all the way behind to spawn. Numlock's sticky behind him, but he's looking the right way, and Sorex geeks out at just right. Numlock looks away at the worst possible second. Meanwhile, Tex kills CondoM again. LEGO just going aggressive. Phil's trying to land pipes, but can't hit any. The scout's still behind right now. His eyes on this time, taking a 1v1 with Shocky. Gonna lose it though, and throughout all of that, Epsilon hang on to the point, and it's now the final 20 seconds. And Tex is holding super close, gets down to 6 HP. And he's gonna have to meet up as they start trying to go in aggressive. They're trying to focus down this scout, but they just get crushed. They come through. Numlock's just so far forward and does so much damage before he goes down. They're gonna try and keep the point alive now. They've got a soldier weak, but they lose their 1v1s all at the same time. Tech is ruining CondoM's night right now, as Epsilon are now 1 round away from all 3 points.
Well, I mean, Tech didn't go down after he switched to sniper. He's going to obviously roll out soldier here, but how is he allowed to stay up that long? I mean, that's just so unbelievable. And I don't know what's missing on the side of LEGO, but I'm not seeing the focus fire that they need. They've got to really just come out. They can't waste time here. Demol is up sniper, but he hasn't been doing it. He's been very overshadowed by Tech as, I mean, they'll claw away whatever they can get here, CX.
Demol is on sniper now, though. Going to try, and Epsilon are playing it quite passive as well, so it's going to play into Demol's hand. Numlock trying to walk across the point, and here comes the soldier and the scout, absolutely obliterate Izon in the air. Scout's Forsaken going deep now to try and kill the sniper, but Demol actually wins that one somehow. He's going to scope out onto the point as well, looks for someone's heads. Can't find it. LEGO are toying with the idea of coming back here, and Epsilon are weak. Nox is pretty close to his Uber though, but not as close as CondoM is, as he already has it. Tech goes down. Nox still needs to get that last bit of Uber. Shocky's going to get picked off. Trades for Josh. Now they pop on Numlocked. But it's a bit of a weird one as they drop everyone, and they're just going to have to run out with this. They didn't really achieve anything with that Uber except taking the Ubers out of the equation. And now LEGO are trying to move forward.
Bad timing.
Hold.
Nox kind of found himself standing on a pile of sticks that had to back out, as Dr. Phil must be very frustrated. He's been very targeted during this match, but finally now they're able to stand on this point, and I just...
Okay. Switch back down. Demol starting to connect those shots, just making it difficult for Epsilon right now. They want to do this non-Ubered push. I mean, Tech's got a short respawn, but now Numlock catches a headshot. That's going to force him back. Numlock's still got all the heals, so he's back to full health already. Trying to come in, but they're playing aggressive, trying to pin back Numlock. Numlock's catching more damage and just having to get more, soak up all these heals. Nox is down to about half health during all of this as well, but now Epsilon bursts forward. Soldier's going behind. I'm going to try and get onto the health pack, but Izon's cleaning that one up. The Uber just pops off. They're trying to chase down people here. Nox has his now, though. And now the chase is on for CondoM. Numlock's trying to sticky him out, but he can't reach him. But Forsaken's gone round, trying to get onto it, but he's shepherded out by both scouts. Demol is still sniping through all of this as well, but he's not hit anyone in a while. He's trying to find an angle. Soldier's on top of him, though. Will get taken down, and they crush everyone on this right-hand side as well. CondoM's going to go down. Izon's going to go down. Just Dr. Phil left, and now it's really sort of backed against the wall. Like, LEGO need this round to stay in it.
Well, yeah, but what the big thing I saw, which I love, is what I like to do. Forsaken is guarding the blue health pack. Dr. Phil was heading back for it, and just living on that health pack, and just kind of, if I'm LEGO right now, don't want to say I'm pissed, but I'm majorly frustrated. They do still have Demol on Sniper. Forsaken is here, and he's just kind of cleaning up what he can before they're even able to push in. We finally have the jump now. Josh coming in. He's been largely ineffective as well. Dr. Phil trying to spam them back.
Well, Force actually comes in. Sorix comes in and gets for Force. They need to get CondoM out, though. Shockey's going to kill... CondoM's going down main. He's catching a lot of spam. Soldier comes in. He's going to kill CondoM. Wow, and they pretty much wipe off the back of that. Just Demol back in spawn. The Scouts is trying to chase him down still as well, but a body shot shoos away Forsaken. And CondoM just hesitated for a second there, and it ended up being fatal. And now Shockey comes in. Sorix trying to take the 1v1 with a buff Scout, just going to get melee down by Shockey. And Epsilon looking complete control. numlocked is maybe caught out here, though. Half health balcony, but no one can finish that frag. numlocked's soaking up so much damage in these fights, and he won't go down. And Lego are spending so many resources on it. But actually, Demol gets the body shot onto Nox when this all goes on. So now maybe Lego can move forward. They need to keep CondoM alive, though. They have to look out for this Epsilon aggression. And they're trying to move forward on now. Here comes the Soldier bomb. He's going to airshot the Soldier, try and go for another one, but he will go down. The Scouts are finding frags now, but there are players behind. Both Scouts behind, both onto CondoM. Shockey and Forsaken combine. They'll get cleaned up, but they got the pick they wanted. And as soon as the rest of the Epsilon players are up, Nox can start building this advantage.
But it's taking too long. I mean, we've seen it in a couple rounds now that Lego kind of get their thing going by the time, you know, we're looking at 42 seconds left here for Epsilon to take it. So they have a tall order in front of them. I'm really just not confident they can do it. They're not. Here comes Mike. Mike is bombing right in. He wants the med and not able to get it.
Oh wow! They get two picks before the fight even starts.
Yeah, Dr.
Nice rockets from Josh.
CondoM almost by himself now as well. Yes.
Oh, he's dead. Oh wow! And they're just picking apart Lego at will right now. Another complete wipe for Lego, and Mike is now even spawn camping. So Tech, one on each door. They go down at the same time, and they get Sorix, but it costs both soldiers their lives. Epsilon just having fun with it now. Lego should be able to repush and take this, but it only seems a matter of time before Epsilon putting this match to bed.
Yeah, I mean, Demol, well, we'll get to, we'll analyze it when it's all over, but right now, you know, they do get another cap, 15 seconds left for Epsilon to win it, and I haven't seen, I mean, what's the longest Lego have held the point for? It hasn't been a long time, CS.
The first round was pretty good, but since that opening foray, it's been all one-way traffic. It looks like CondoM's going to die again now. numlocked trying to hit pipes. He will actually get cleaned up by Eisen. This maybe isn't the worst for Lego, coming back in with the heals right now, but there's a Soldier hovering around above them. He's going to take Demol down. Eisen's cleaning up the one of a point, but there is a Soldier behind. Eisen's going to try and take him down as well. Josh comes back to help, but here comes Mike onto CondoM. He's going to be cleaned up as well. Nice work from Josh and Eisen, just combining, cleaning up those remaining players. And they will hang on to the point.
Well too.
Yeah. 30 seconds left on the clock for Lego. And they have Faluba, so Epsilon maybe just need to just kind of make this push. Try to force the Uber out, scatter, and just repush straight away. They have it half cap, that'll help a bit. Soldiers start to lead it in now, and they focus fire Phil quickly. He's just caught out, but it looks like Lego want to use this aggressively, but they only get one frag out of it. And now Epsilon have the advantage in numbers for the repush. Demol's on Sniper as well. He needs to hit something if this fight's going to work. He hits number, that'll help. Sorix and Eisen fighting everyone. Mike's going to clean up. Demol's still on the point. Demol's trying to go for the hero shot. The Scout's behind, though. It might be enough of a distraction. Dr. Phil's arrived. He's killed one. He's forced Nox away from the point. That Soldier's super weak as well. They're all getting on the point. Epsilon has to block it. Tech kills one. Nox is running for it, but Lego will get one back. Maybe it's not over yet.
Maybe. I think I'm roboting here. Why don't you take this mid, sir?
Sure. So, Lego now need to take back-to-back rounds taking this map away from Epsilon. Epsilon get 2 more chances to win it, and we see numlocked again. He's placed so much further forward and just gets all the heals, and we see Phil go down straight away. CondoM's going to be caught as well. numlocked just devastating them here. Maybe that's what Epsilon were missing the previous times they've struggled on Viaducts. If they didn't have numlocked, you could just pump up such huge damage constantly as Demol goes for the hero shots to try and get that one. Mike is still playing pretty far, Scout's even playing far forward. And they just want vision here, I think, as we actually see Lego burst out cliffside. Big shot onto numlocked. He's going to get taken down, and now Lego are going to use that momentum to pile forward. But Nox nearly has Uber. They're just backing off, letting Lego have the point, and ready to pounce with this Uber.
I feel like Epsilon are just unfazed by losing numlocked there. Everyone else is playing so strong as they're going to bring... Here's the soldier in, and see, they're getting right off the bat going to pick off Dr. Phil. Just going to back up, that's enough. They're without Mike now as well that they just lost, but they're going to get this cap and just going to back up, I think, and let Lego take it to them. Make Lego, you know, make Lego succeed on their pushes, which they've had a hard time doing.
And now a soldier's actually going to go and aggressive, try and catch him. He just get airshot though. Tech still gets the frag onto Izon though. They lose both scouts. And Epsilon just really forcing them back here, making it difficult for Lego to get anything done. They do have Uber advantage though, so they can re-push. Both scouts are back up already, so not too much time lost. As they look like they want to move forward. There's stickies on Cliff. I think CondoM's going to avoid them. They've been spotted out anyway. But Josh gets domed by Mike now on Sniper. Both soldiers of Epsilon taking a turn. Lego are trying to walk in right now. They're going to lose Demol as well. Lego are dropping people as they come in. They're going to Uber now. They should be able to kill this soldier. But again, they only get one frag with the Uber. When Lego are trying to use their Uber positively, like use it to chase down frags and force them out. But they're only ever getting one frag. And now...
Sorry to interrupt, Forsaken's in behind. Nobody spotted him. I'm very surprised. He's playing the spy play, except he's on scout, yeah. Here
they go aggressive,
Forsaken.
Actually. Yeah, Josh kills Mike and gets the force off, and they're still distracting. Well, Forsaken's play does nothing. Now they're trying to come in, but there's players all over the place. Scout on Nox. He's taken down, but there's another soldier behind. Just trying to spam down Nox. He knows he's low, but they kill Josh off. But a headshot goes out to Tech. He's super low. Demol's just forcing him back. He's going to kill numlocked as well. Demol's doing so much work, but Lego just don't have the numbers right now. Soldiers are trying to go aggressive. He's going to be focused down, but here come the rest of the Epsilon team. He was just for distraction there, Mike, and he's going to allow everyone else to come in and pick Demol. And now there's still spam coming out from Dr. Phil. But Epsilon have reclaimed the point and continue to tick it down now with about a 30-second advantage as Lego try and recap it. But again, that focus fire from Epsilon is just too strong, and now Lego are in such trouble. CondoM has to pop on 6 HP. They try and get knocked, but he's too far away. They're just going to have to settle to clean up Shocky at the point, but instead they're still getting picks. Despite them using their Uber, they've got so many picks. They're trying to fight Mike now. But Forsaken's there to ruin that 1v1. Izon's going to go down. And again, Epsilon clean up everyone and have Uber. Just 1 minute left on the clock for them.
Got some North American players calling out that Forsaken failed play as Mikey drops down and gets a few picks. I've got to say, anytime you see any shine of light out of the Lego team, it just feels like it's... Where in the hell was it for the past 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes? You know what I mean? It's way out of control here. Now Red still owns the point, and Epsilon are poised to run away with this. Mike is still in, just running around
really
free.
Close. Yeah, they get Izon, who was on Sniper now, but I don't think they can get much else from it. And there's still a couple of flank players around. But there's a scout fighting Storix, but Storix is going to win that one. A soldier goes deep. Now a scout onto CondoM, but CondoM's just making them miss everything. They're going to be all cleaned up. 30 seconds left on the clock. Lego will surely be able to reclaim it with Uber advantage. But can they hold it for 1 minute and 50 seconds pretty much? Because if Epsilon needs to get 20 seconds off that clock once they recap it.
You know, if I were to do a poll of Twitch chat, I've got to say they would vote that they can't hold it that long. We'll see how it plays out, but we just haven't seen it, CX. I mean, you and I are both smart. We know that that hasn't been what's been happening. It is 2-1 right now, as you can see, but...
yeah, we now see Izon on Sniper, Demol on Scout. Soldier goes deep for Izon. Mike's going to take him out of the equation. CondoM does have Uber. They're trying to fake out the pop. They kind of go to point, then run away. They try and, like, trick CondoM into popping. And now there's a soldier behind trying to bait people back. Epsilon pulling Lego back and forth, trying to find the opening. Nox now has Uber. Dr. Phil's maybe going to get caught out. Scout getting aggressive on Phil now. He's soldier not turning around. Forsaken's just going to mouse one into him. And now as Uber's popped off, but they've already lost the demo man. And Epsilon are just scattering right now. Just waiting for this repush. Here they come. The scouts come onto it. Soldiers jump in at the same moment. Tech's going to clean up all. They're trying to come in back in Lego. They only have 17 seconds. But Epsilon are all over them. They're so low as well. They're going to clean up Mike, but the scouts in. Maybe Epsilon are extended, but here comes Tech. Tech's done so much damage from behind. numlock's trying to do damage on point as well. It's now Tech versus 3. He does his best, but Lego will cap it back. just as
again,
it ticks over to 0.
Yeah, it's overtime CX, so the next cap takes it, and so, 50 seconds, and we've seen Epsilon all night pushing without Uber. This is not a scary situation for the Epsilon team.
Yeah, I'm not sure
they've
how
been doing
hard.
it all night.
Seriously, Lego are taking it now, Eisen on Sniper instead, Demul on Scout. They're trying to focus down these aggressive players, but Epsilon are just going to stack the clap while both soldiers go behind, but both soldiers get a pick and come back to point. Epsilon go one way, then the other. It's now 2 versus 2, actually. The Scouts have cleaned up everything.
Demul's on Scout for whatever reason.
Good at Sniper, good at Scout.
Interesting. Well, they hold
8
it off.
seconds. The point has to decay quite a bit, though, and here come Epsilon again. So it's pretty much an even fight. That's gone in pretty early, just to try and keep it alive. Nothing's going to work. Dr. Phil goes down pretty low, but he actually baits the soldier into overextended. Maybe they can clean this all up. It's now just 3 players. Here comes a Heavy, though. Was Heavy the right choice? Points decaying. It's numlocked and Nox versus a Heavy. Numlocked's trying his best. He's dancing around. He kills it. Can anyone make it? Dr. Phil's not going to make it. Epsilon will cap it. You know what? I feel like if Eisen was on Scout there, they would have just won that. Yeah.
How are you to know?
This time's Heavy.
It's easy with hindsight to look back and say maybe Heavy was the wrong choice. But at any rate...
if he was Scout, they would have done that as well. Epsi going to take that map, make the total score for tonight 5-1.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the result we expected.
Well, it's the result we expected, but I've got to say it doesn't feel like a 5-1. It doesn't feel like, a total domination. We watched Lego almost take the first map as it went to a golden cap on Gully Wash, and that really could have gone either way. If you watch the VOD, you may not think that, but it was very close. But, I mean, Viaduct, we've all just seen it. It was a complete disaster for Lego. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah, you look at the damage, like Numlocked top damage in, Mike and Tech also putting out huge numbers. Demul coming pretty close, and Sorek's not doing badly either, but I think when you look at the thing that wins it for you, when you look at it, is if you look at Shocky and Forsaken's KD, like both 28-17, 25-13, just staying alive, getting that cleanup, and Nox with 5 deaths compared to CondoM 16.
Yeah.
It's just, a lot more dominant performance, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a big deal. Just the whole time, Lego unable to get anything going. I never really quite felt like they had momentum on their side, and I never felt like they were comfortable. I always just felt like Epsilon very handily had it. They were never quite worried. They were just kind of having a good time, which is, if you're a Lego fan, that's not what you want to see. So kind of a far cry from what we saw on the first map, which was 5CP, and we kind of alluded to it. I mean, Koth, really a different game.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just trying to tap up some people for an interview or two.
Yeah, absolutely. But just kind of a runaway victory, and so it certainly makes, the tables will be a little more interesting now. Everyone's played the same number of matches as we alluded to, and, we're not toward the end of the season yet. We've still got a lot of TF2 to play in this Prem division, but, starting to see, I guess, what we can expect out of some of these teams. There was questions after that big, huge win by Lego. We're being joined now by a few players. We have numlocked jumping in.
Let me see if I can get the Lego players.
Yeah, we're going to try to get some Lego dudes as well. We got Mike, we got numlocked here.
Hello.
Hello, boys.
Yo.
Congratulations, first of all, on your victory.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We're getting a couple more players in here. Give us just a moment. The first thing, I mean, we were just talking about it there. It seemed like you guys were just having an awesome time on on Viaduct, and it felt like you kind of always... You were never really worried or scared on Viaduct. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, I think we had full control of the Viaduct game. Just the Gullish was a bit messy because me and Tech and Nox would get a bit disconnected, and we wouldn't be covering him very well against bombing soldiers. But Viaduct, we played a lot more as a unit, so it was a lot better.
Yeah, I spent the whole last season figuring out how to deny snipers as Roma on Viaduct and land, so it was pretty simple. Like, we won every mid, and then when they tried to run sniper, they couldn't do much with that either, so yeah, it was pretty locked down.
So, from what you're saying, it sounds like to me that, we were so surprised by how close Gully Wash was and that it could have gone either way. Sounds like you're chalking it up to you were kind of playing disjointed, or what happened on Gully Wash from your perspective?
Well, every middle, DB managed to kind of get a bit sly and get behind us and stuff and cause some disruption in the flanks and on our combo. So we'd lose middles, even though we get the pick on Demman, because Demir was behind us and it'd get a pick on me or like on Nox or whatever. And then the same would happen on pushes, like we push through a choke point somewhere and then Demir will out of nowhere. And like I said, that's all just down to us both not killing Demir and not checking for him when we go in, and we're a bit like not connected as a unit.
Lego are declining interviews.
That is too bad. CX, what do you want to ask these fine young men here?
So this is a one-off then? Like, is the Gully Wash performance, Nox getting picked so much? That's a one-off, is what you're saying?
Yeah, like we haven't played since the Racer Cup, so it was a bit of rust. Yeah. But like, it was mainly just we'd kill a lot of players, and then like I felt like we were pretty much better in most instances, but like we'd kill a lot of players, and then everyone just like push over eagerly, and like not one person would stay with Nox to like watch for Demo. So
yeah.
That was basically the only problem. Was like Nox died at least 5 times with 95+% or something, and it was just, and it really got to him. Like he started raging so hard halfway through the map.
When was it the air shot Demol got on mid? When Nox like surfed a rocket away and turned away, and then Demol just hit him in the back with a rocket.
I don't know. None of us saw that, but like there was one point when Nox started whispering. Yeah. Like, when Nox starts whispering in French, it's kind of bad. So,
did you feel a lot of pressure, Mike? I think the line I used at one point was that D-Mole was out-miking Mike. Like, did you feel, oh, here, we have CondoM, it looks like jumping in and maybe can give us some insight from the other side. Like, did you feel like you were playing as well as you could, Mike, or what was in your head as you were watching D-Mole? And even Josh, to some extent, really kind of dominate the gully map.
Well, it's just, from my perspective, like, I was doing quite a lot on the flank with the scouts, and then we'd always make good situations, and then something would happen, like, Nox would basically get picked every time, and then, like, it would be reset. So, like, from my perspective, they just kept letting Demo get to them, but, like, on my end of the map, things are fine, so...
Yeah, I think it wasn't Mike being, like, out-rumored by Demo or whatever, it just us being really sloppy and letting Demo get picks he shouldn't get.
Fair enough. Well, why don't we ask CondoM here from the perspective of the LEGO team. We're talking about the Gully Wash map. What was it like in your mumble, CondoM, for at least for the first map when it was very close?
We were very focused for the entire first map. And we tried not to think about that we were playing the big Epsilon. We tried to just, no respect, just focus up, play our game. Let's not, let's take a point from them.
You guys
I guess...
Oh, sorry.
It's alright.
Like, towards the end of Gully Wash, you seemed really nervous, like that last 5 minutes when it was 2-1 to you, and then there was a moment that kind of, like, I guess clinched it, like it was almost complete luck from Epsilon. But when Demul bombed Nox at choke, and Nox was on, like, 95% or something, and he survives on 5 HP, and then Epsilon go on to win it, or, to tie it, then get the golden cap win. But in that last few minutes, you guys just seemed really nervous, really hesitant compared to, like, the previous 25.
Yeah, we got a bit sloppy in the later rounds. Like, Sorek started lagging, and like, our team communication just went down a bit. So, like, Dumo started going for plays maybe you shouldn't be going for, or I got disconnected with Josh, and we just started making general mistakes. Maybe not what we should be doing. But yeah, like the later part of Gully was just got sloppy, stopped focusing.
Yeah, I felt like we got gifted the golden cap because like it was 5 minutes, and then I mean we were gonna try and do something, but I know for me personally when we were like 2-1 down and had 5 minutes left, we were holding mid and they had uber advantage and they just decided to push. Like Lego could have just held and turtled on second, but like when I saw them starting to push for big double, it was all 5 of them. I was like, yeah, we're gonna be able to get their second from this because they all took so much spam. And at that moment, I was like, yeah, this is where we can get back into the game. And it was a big sigh of relief for me.
Still complete luck. Still complete luck.
We're joined by Dr. Phil actually as well now from Team Lego. And Dr. Phil, I think you played fairly strong as well on the Gully Wash map. Do you want to tell us from your perspective, and we'll talk a bit about product then. What did you feel on Gully Wash?
Well, the first half we played really well in Gully, and then we just started falling apart, basically. Like CondoM said, more or less.
Fair enough. So how about for when you're heading into Viaduct? I mean, did you feel momentum heading in? Did you feel like it was still anybody's game? Or, Lego guys, what happened on the Viaduct map? Who wants to take us through that?
I can start out like, lately we've not been playing that well on Product or Viaduct or whatever. So we were kind of iffy, even though we felt like we could actually, like, keep up from the Godly Wars game, as we saw.
Demo switched off to Sniper really early. Was that just a frustration thing? Like, was he screaming and yelling, or what?
No, that's like what we do sometimes. Like, if he feels like he can hit or he feels like he wants to, we let him do it. We play around it.
No, yeah, we just adapt to it. We play around him. I can definitely add in that we felt a lot of momentum coming into Viaduct. Like, we were really hyped. Maybe even though the Golden Cap was a bit disappointing. But Viaduct has really never been our map, and we've not really been performing on it lately, so it's not really the map that we expected to win on. But it was a good game either way.
Yeah.
I think we were checking the record books for the fastest ever Golden Cap in ETF2L history. Weren't able to get a clear answer, but yeah.
I'm actually really proud to go. Like, Lego played really well, a lot better than I was expecting, and they, so far from the teams that I've played since coming back, they're the best that play as a unit.
There you go. That's something.
At the same time, it feels like Lego all push, like, they'll push at least 4 people through the same place, which, if,
That's
on
what
a
you
good
guys
day...
do.
Well, we had a bit of trouble with, like, I don't know, it was weird, because Shockey's meant to be the aggressor scout, but tonight we had Forsaken making, and I told him he was going to be the pocket scout, but, like, Shockey just, like, sat with Nox a lot, and I was alone on the flank a lot, so towards the end, Forsaken started playing with me, but we had a lot of times where we had, like, 2 scouts going with Tech and numlocked, because, yeah, both of them were just pocketing for some reason. It was weird.
Forsaken had 8 frags, I think was the number on the Golden Cap round, by the way.
Yeah, he had an insane flank after we got middle, like...
Yeah, got
he
kind of lower.
Yeah.
I remember watching it, like, he literally just stood in lobby, because he clearly called they were backing up, just sitting there waiting. When everyone walked into him. Let's look ahead then. So, Lego, next you have to play Reason.
Yeah.
Any hopes, or are you just going to take it as it comes?
Just gonna try to get any points we can. We were hoping that we could maybe get 1 point, and we sent it out successfully, I guess. And we're kind of looking into the Reason game in the same, with the same eyes, I guess.
Do you guys think you can reach playoffs then? Because like we talked to TLR one of the previous days, and they've kind of written off their playoff hopes now.
We think we can make it.
Yeah, it's kind of between you, Serpents, and Full Tilt for now.
I don't think Serpents are coming in after they lost the map against Animate.
No.
And it's only us and Full Tilt competing about the playoff spot right now.
At least in our opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably have to agree, mainly. Epsi, you're playing TLR. Any worries? Obviously they picked up Nico recently.
We're worried, but I think, we'll have to play hopefully better than we did tonight. But like, I think they're playing better than they did now versus Lego. Like, they're probably a bit better. Nico, I don't know. Koopy obviously played a heavy pocket scout role, and I don't think Nico can ever do that. So at the moment, they'll have like 2. Well, actually, I mean, Kylo for Fun is pretty adaptable, and I think he'll probably be made to play pocket scout, and that's a very strong role for him. But it should be a good game, but we're expecting to win that one as well.
That was way too diplomatic of an answer. I'm sorry. We're going to have to... That's not right.
Well, Color for Fun is a good friend of mine and a good ex-teammate. We've been in quite a few teams together, so a lot of respect to him. And also, there's quite a few... the same for War as well. Like, I had a good time in Epsilon with him, so, it can't be... have to be diplomatic.
Have you put any thought into the fact that War might just snipe on Viaduct?
I didn't actually know we were playing Viaduct again, but yeah,
Viaduct
that's always
next week. Yeah, always on the ball. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Their medic might go spy as well. We really don't know, but it should be okay. Like we showed tonight that we can deal with snipers, and like Demo is pretty much like maybe one of the best snipers in Europe. up there with the other Frenchies, so I don't think war will be a problem. Euro gimmicks, we're on that.
Yeah. will you have Flippy back next week? Will you be at full strength?
Hopefully. I don't actually know why he wasn't here tonight.
Full strength. I mean, Forsaken looked pretty good to me. My God.
Yeah, I'd be happy to play with Forsaken again, but it would be nice to play with our full lineup at the same time. So
yeah,
who knows?
Well, I think CommanderX and I are.
You just cut out, Getawhale?
Hello?
It's like fell off a cliff halfway through that sentence.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
It was some of the best TF2 we've seen.
Yeah, Gully Rush was sick.
That's all I wanted to say. Gully was sick, yeah.
Insane game. I can't believe, as well, like they held it, like stalemated it out by time while Seb was on the point.
I know.
Judge clutched it.
Like, I literally, like, because obviously it just comes up, like, the round ends, everyone stops shooting, so I was like, oh, they capped it, yeah? You know,
Takes a second,
presumably.
yeah, to see what
I was
happened.
just like, there's just numlocked standing there, stalemate comes up on the screen. No one else left alive.
Her P place.
Just stand on the point. See, Josh stood on the point and it was fine. Right, I'm done. Does anyone have anything they want to add, say, before we bail?
I'd like to give a shout out to Samsa, Halfway Cool, and Gun Clan. Just to throw it in there. It's a sick shout out.
Shout outs, Dr. Phil.
Shout out to F2 Crystal Hellbuck.
Mikey,
Shout out to Mitzi.
of course. And Mr. Numlocked.
Shout out to Epsilon. I love my boys.
Shout out to your own
Fuck you.
team.
Wow.
On that awfully cheesy note, I think we're going to call it a night. Thank you, Getawhale and John, for covering this with me. Thanks to everyone who watched both games, even though the Dogs one went on about 40 minutes too long. Yeah, thanks for the teams. Thanks for everyone who came on for an interview. See you next time when the next round is scheduled.
Good night.